Hi there, sorry about this hassle, but if you want to return it, obviously you can return it. It's clearly not as described, but well, I think it is. I think I understand what the issue is, and I'll show you what you need to do to get it back working again. So here's obviously another TPS-L2. So the motor sort of sits here at the up here at the back, and after 30 years they do seize sometimes. So I think the problem is, although it was clearly working perfectly whenever I shipped it, it's been in a box for 2 weeks and the motor is sort of partially seized again. So we need to take the back off to get to the motor. So 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. So we'll pull those off. And remove this blue plastic strip. So that should just come off now. Okay, so that's off. So now we've got a screw here, and there's one in the bottom as well. So there's one. Two, and the one on the bottom. Okay, now there's I'll try and get it in the picture. So there's a little lever here that holds the door on, so we need to pop that out. So little flat screwdriver in there, give it a twist, and then we can just sort of push that over so that that's now no longer connected. So at this point the back should just pretty much fall off, and there we've got the motor. So this top bit just comes off. So in order to free it up, the easiest thing to do is to pop the motor out. Now yours has already been off because I was working on it, so it should be a bit easier for you to do than this is going to be for me, because it's got this tape stuff on it. So so yours should come off pretty easily, but I'll just need to strip this tape off. So peel this back. And these cables are sort of stuck on with a glue, so you can just strip them down. That should be enough. Right, so there are 2 little screws, one here and one here, that actually attach the motor. So I'll pop those off. Right, so obviously the the belt is going round the motor, but the motor's now loose, so I should be able to just pop that off the end. Okay, so there is our motor out. Now I'll stick a couple of batteries in. Right, so if I hit play, so this one is spinning nicely, working well. There's no issues with this one, but clearly yours isn't. So what I would do before you hit play, I would just be working this with your fingers. I've got a can of, well, there's a couple of different things here. So this is a WD-40 contact cleaner, that works. I've got another can here of isopropanol solvent. If you don't have that, then the stuff that's in this can is the same stuff that you get in sort of glasses wipes. You can get them off Amazon for like a couple of dollars. So it's exactly the same. You can actually just use one of these and you can squeeze the liquid that's on there. So what I would do anyway is take either of these and just give that give that a spray right on where the motor is, and then using your fingers, it's sort of on a little rubber thing, it sort of comes back and forward slightly, so I would, give it a play and just make sure it twists nice and easily in both directions. It should move freely in both directions when you turn the little knob in the end of the motor. And then once you've got that sort of moving pretty freely in your hands, just hit play. Now, sometimes they can sort of be a bit squealy. So again, I would just let that run with that stuff on it until it's running nice and clear and free. It doesn't have any squeal. Give it a stop, give it another spray. Give it another play about with your fingers. Hit play again. Just let it sit there running. You can see that motor's fine. I would let that sit there for about half an hour even. Start it a couple of times just to get it really freed up and back working again. So whenever that seems okay, then it's time to slot the motor back in. So again, we've got our two little screws. So I'll just put these on loosely and then I'll hook the belt in. I'll go in, you pain in the arse. Okay, that one's gone in. Alright, so that's on, but it's loose. It sort of slides back and forward, so we'll put the belt back on. So the belt comes around this, goes around this little guy. Oh no, we're in the wrong one. It's the bottom belt, so it comes around this little guy and goes over the top of the little motor. Hopefully you can see this. So that's it back in place nice and easily. So just make sure that's in the right place. Tighten these screws, and hopefully now when we press play, Houston, we have a problem. There's an issue with this one, I haven't fixed it properly. So now hopefully that's all connected up. It should run smoothly. You shouldn't have any, and stick a tape in and let it run for the whole side of the tape until it stops. Flip the tape over, let it run again until it stops. And I would just, use a pair of batteries and just keep running the tape through, and the motor should free up and it should get back to the state it was whenever I shipped it to you, which was, it was working properly. Unfortunately, 2 weeks in the box clearly has meant that the motor seized up a little bit. To put it all back together again, just reverse the instructions that I've given you. So if you're happy to do this, give it a go. If obviously make sure when you put it back together again, you include all the screws and all the bits. Don't forget to put this plastic strip back on. If you're still not happy, then raise a return request. We'll get it back and we'll get your money refunded fully. As I said, I'm really sorry about this. These are old machines, and I was pretty happy it was working perfectly whenever I dispatched it, but 2 weeks in the box hasn't helped it clearly. So apologies again. Let me know what you want to do anyway, and apologies. Bye now.